Hi, Capricorn and Capricorn Rising. Welcome to your July 2016 reading. I hope everybody's got off to a great beginning to this month. Let's see what the cards have to show and also what information through spirit and through channeling comes through. The first thing that I did get when I was meditating for your sign was the idea that you may need to hold back a little bit this month. Restraint is an interesting word. It can actually mean that you may be held back by someone. It could also mean a need to sort of keep people that you might be managing under control, or to just simply restrain yourself from overstepping your boundaries. So it's a month where it is a good time to sort of take a pause, think about how you're being perceived by other people, look at a bigger picture too. And this is both in relationships and also in work, and ask yourself, what does this person need from me? Why are we in this relationship together? And what are we hoping to accomplish? So we'll look at the cards, probably get a little bit more clarity on that. We'll also look at the Catalyst card, which is going to show how that is really connecting with everything that happens this month. So we'll start here first with a good shuffle. Okay, and let's go ahead and lay the cards out. Decent amount of work and some change happening for you, I can see already. But let's hold until everything comes through. All right, so okay, we'll start off first with the Catalyst. Let me give this a good shuffle. Once again. We'll pull right off the top on this. And you've got the Milky Way perspective. What I love with this card is it's beautifully cosmic. It's showing me that for your sign this month, it's not just about a bird's eye view. It's actually about like the entirety of everything. So this would be the ability to, sometimes you can even alienate yourself because you know sometimes so much more on a certain topic, or you're so intuitive about something that it's almost hard to articulate. That's where this comes in. So this could be love at first sight, for instance, and your ability to just see already, wow, I click with this person and I think they could click with me, and you don't want to freak them out. You want to kind of take it down a few notches, get to know the person, go through the motions, etc. Sometimes there's a reason for that ebb and flow that happens in relationships. So in relationships, even if you can see something happening and just want them to absolutely know that, oh my God, it's sometimes better to just play it cool. Same thing in business. The strongest business people have a way of allowing others to own the idea or have ownership in it, or think like even that they were the ones that came up with it. So just know that the slow and steady sort of reveal is going to be what wins the race, and also like mass appeal this month. You want to just take your time and get into something slowly. All right, so now let's take a look at all of the cards, and we'll get some additional context in how this relates to you. The center card, Five of Pentacles, is, first of all, it's a sort of a nudge for those of you that maybe have not been taking care of your diet or your physical activity, to do that, because this can be a card of recovery, basically. So whether or not it has to do with that sort of light recovery, or it could even be some of you getting over a broken leg or whatever it is, or a broken heart, there's some sort of a recovery that's going to be sort of central and possibly shadowing this month. And I see it's pretty major. So allow yourself to go through it, but then I want you to focus on stability. What is nice is, even in this card showing you weathering a storm, a tree is perennial, it comes back. Even when it appears that there is no life, we know that come spring, new buds will grow. And even if this one crocus here didn't make it, the whole idea is that there's still energy, there's still potential in the roots of both of these living things. So whatever your loss is, if it's money, because the Five of Pentacles can indicate a struggle with money, if it's health, because it can indicate a struggle with health, it doesn't have to be permanent unless you stop. Okay, so the key is to continue moving, and something bigger is going to come to you, I believe, because this is a beautiful card showing growth, explosion, light, and I think that your tower this month is going to be letting go of something that is stagnating in your life. It's not that it doesn't even serve your better good, it's that it's already gone, but you're still holding on to it. So it could be the memory of a loved one. It could be holding on to a debt that someone owes you, or holding on to the pain or anger or frustration of a relationship that ended. Finances in general, let's be honest, could be tricky this month because we have two really not so great financial cards next to one another. So be mindful. I think this is a month to work hard, to save even more than you would be spending, and to take some satisfaction in seeing that grow. That's how you can overcome some of this. Many of you are going to find yourself either leaving a job or looking for a new one, because I see the World card here in the deep past. We have two money cards, the Page of Wands here, which reminds me quite a bit of a Fool card, which the two together, Page of Wands can be a new opportunity, a new job, new idea, and this Tower card in reverse can be restructuring. It can also be a layoff. So what I'm seeing here for work is less stability, possibly a new opportunity on the horizon, or a need to find one, because it looks like there's a lot of you that are in a situation that you've been thinking for a long time of moving on, and in your head I can almost see that you've already let go of it. I just want to let you know, whatever it is that you're struggling with this month, it really appears that you can work through it. The Three of Wands is quite a good card. The reversal's basically showing that what you're looking for is more likely to kind of happen in the fall than in the next 2 months. And that's not that far off. We're in July, so July, August. Fall is kind of starting in September, October. So don't worry too much. I see that you have about 2 months of adjustment, thanks to the Tower, and then you have the third month is when things start to improve. As we're looking at this month, however, again, a very strong project or idea, and possibly you need to sort of like serve this up too. You have to take it from idea to execution. One thing that I want you to do before you do anything major with your money, with your job, with your career, is to do the research. The Hermit reversed, often for me, indicates someone needing to spend some time alone, not really taking counsel, but really doing research and soul searching, thinking about what you want. I mean, when you look at the Hermit, that's really what she or he is doing. They're holding a light to their soul, to their insight. And this is a precursor to the Star card, because the Hermit harnesses the power, the insight, and the potential of the star, but then later becomes the star. So again, I see like a really good potential for where you're headed on the horizon, but you need to do a little bit more homework and be a little bit more cautious and exercise restraint this month. It's not the month when you actually go out and possibly like change everything. It may happen whether or not you like it, but if you can wait until like the last week of the month, I think that's when you're going to be ready to move on. And for many of you, this is sort of like an unhappy victory or a sort of trade-off. But what I like about this, I always can kind of take it to an opportunity rather than thinking, ugh, I'm not sure if this is the right thing, is that your heart, your soul is really feeling good about this decision, okay? I always extend this forecast, by the way, to health, wealth, love, and destiny. But before I do that, I want to mention, as far as romance goes this month, it's a great month to connect romantically, but not as much emotionally. So I could see you enjoying dating, physical connections with people, but it's going to be harder to get to know someone on an emotional level. And towards the middle of the month, it could be even a little, I would say it's risky to start dating because the Tower card's here. You really want to wait until almost the very last 2 or 3 days of the month before you start dating again. For those of you in a relationship, it's a month where you have to put the work into it. Health overall, like I said, you need to repair this month. So if you have anything that isn't working for you, whether it's diagnosed or it's just a case of feeling sad or feeling lethargic, this is a month to either go and seek out assistance or to start to make changes in your life to be healthier and more optimistic. Okay, so let's take a look, speaking of health, at some health cards here. I want to give it a good shuffle a couple times here. Okay, let's cut the deck. And your health message for this month is, despite shuffling quite a few times, a lot of people are getting shielding this month. And shielding is very easy to do, but something that most people overlook. It can be quite simply imagining yourself in this halo of light, as you see here. Now, this can also be a card about limits, about saying no, about pulling back from things that that just don't feel right to you. So really pay attention and tune into your intuition, and don't allow other people to sort of dump their emotional baggage on you. You can just excuse yourself from conversations or parties this month if it starts to feel too heavy, or if you don't like the way people make you feel because of their energy. Let's take a look at your wealth and sort of like career opportunities that could be arising, or that could be unfolding this month. And just like the two cards at the center were suggesting, for many of you, it's a month to acknowledge loss or acknowledge something that no longer is growing the way you want it to, and rebuild. So you could, if you wanted to stay at the same job, this could be a card of talking to somebody and seeing if you could restructure, rebuild, reimagine your role. In a relationship, you're at a crossroads, many of you, and this is a decision to stay and rebuild, or to move on and rebuild your life as a single person. There's something here that's going to require taking apart and putting back together. But what's great about this is it is still a stability sign or card. And also, as we sort of pull a cue from the number on this, it really looks like mid-month is when you're going to be able to start to lay down some new foundation. And that makes sense. We had the Tower card in the middle, and these two are very chronological, I would say. First comes the Tower, and then the ability to rebuild. All right, so let's take a look now at love and relationships with some of these shifts coming through. As I look at that Five of Swords at the top, it means that everything is going to require a little bit more effort this month. Your health, your money sector, your love sector, and then also just your overall well-being. You're just going to have to work a little bit more this month, but I think it'll be worth it. So for love, we have express love through gifts. Now, for many of you, what this means is you may have done a good job of verbally expressing your appreciation, your understanding of other people. Occasionally, it is nice to help out and leave. This is a month where through, possibly through like a service organization, Habitat for Humanity is a way you could do this. It's not always about buying a gift. It can be about helping someone build something or make something in their life, and then letting them keep that, and knowing that you both put energy into it and then also gifted it. I say homemade gifts are the best. So a very small, it can be a card, it can be a call, it can be something, but I want you to somehow give of yourself and expect nothing in return. And if you're going to do a call, then listen. And if you're going to do a card, give a little something in there, maybe a few dollars or a gift card or something like that, so that they have something to take away and to keep afterwards. Okay, it is about the act of giving, not just about thoughtfulness. So giving food, you can give time, but it's better if there's some sort of a keepsake with it. But food is fantastic, by the way. So you could bring like a fruit basket to someone, or you can make dinner for someone, and that's a beautiful way to provide sort of gratitude. And again, you're feeding someone's soul, and you're putting love into it while you're doing it. Okay. I'm not seeing new relationships start this month again. It's fine for dating, but I think that you're either going to work on an existing one or you're going to work on yourself this month. It's really not about new signs coming in, sorry to say. That doesn't mean that you can't change that with your own free will, but the overall energy is just showing that it's better to focus on work. Okay, finally, the Destiny card, Trust. This comes up a lot during my readings. Basically, you need to trust your own intuition, and also looking in your periphery and looking at everyone around you, make sure that you trust them too, because if you don't, then these relationships, some of them have already fallen apart. And if that's the case, this card says release them. All right, so let's summarize. There was a lot to look at. A general note about health. Health could be something that you need to be rebuilding this month. You might need to restrain from anything that is sort of leading you down a path that is not healthy. Your money situation, much the same. Look at your habits, make sure that they make sense. And if you need to, it's a month where you're going to really focus on rebuilding when we looked at the money card and the money sector. Also, as I said, it's a month to put more work into building, repairing, or creating a foundation for new relationships, not necessarily starting new relationships. There's probably at least one job opportunity for those of you that are seeking. Many of you may be asked to leave, forced to leave, or just want to leave, because I'm seeing a lot of ending cards coming through. So relationships and work could both be a little bit shaky this month. The positive here is you're on a better path, and I really think that for you, the autumn months is when you're going to shine. So what you're doing right now is setting that in motion. And so don't get depressed and write a crazy comment and say, oh my God, I can't take it, it's bad news. It isn't. What this is a reset month. And you're now gonna forecast yourself out to 2 to 3 months from now and think about what you want. And now all the dominoes can sort of line up, and it's a very positive thing. That's why we have the perspective card. You need to sort of keep your eye on the very, very long journey ahead, and also realize there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So I want you to be positive. Positivity begets more positivity. Shield, say no. Don't allow people to encroach on your space or to dump their problems on you. Monetarily speaking and career-wise, you're going to have to probably do some hands-on rebuilding. You may need to ask for some help or some mentorship in that, but it looks more like it's hands-on. You're going to have to do it. For love, do something that expresses your gratitude and have some sort of a leave behind. So whether it is food, a small handmade gift, or something that you help someone paint their house or something, a little bit of your energy that stays afterwards and reminds them that you love them. Finally, you have to trust people around you. And if you don't, ask yourself why not. You have to either release them if you don't trust them, or work on allowing them to have the freedom that you would want and the trust that you would want, okay? Hopefully this was helpful. If you ever want more insight on your own life, I do offer one-on-one readings, and I'll post a link in the corner so you can find out more about that. To stay connected, the easiest way is to subscribe to this channel, but I also have a newsletter, and I try to publish that immediately after I publish the videos here. So that's an excellent way to stay in contact, and I'll put a link on the end of the video as well. And I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So pick your favorite and feel free to connect with me on that. Finally, and most importantly, I would say, I really appreciate all the support, the likes, and the really kind comments that you all take time to enter every month. That encouragement goes a long way in helping this channel survive and helping me understand that this is something that is making a difference. If you ever feel like you'd like to donate, I'll also put a link at the end. Very much appreciated, but absolutely not necessary. That's optional. So take care of yourselves. Have a great month, and remember, it's the month to lay the groundwork and the foundation. Don't get depressed. You have a lot of positive energy coming through, and I see the fall looking very, very bright for you. Okay? Sat Nam, thank you again, and take care of yourselves.